In True Beauty, we dive into the world of Lim Ju-kyung, an 18-year-old girl who has endured constant teasing from her family and bullying from her schoolmates because of her appearance her whole life. Our story starts with the weight of their hurtful words becoming too much for Ju-kyung, pushing her to a dark moment on the rooftop of a tall building. Standing at the edge, contemplating to end her life, just as despair threatens to swallow her whole, a handsome stranger appears and pulls her away from the edge. Losing her glasses when the fire alarm of the building rings and the stranger carries her downstairs, Ju-kyung doesn't see who it was that saved her, but nonetheless, this near-death experience is a wake-up call that shakes Ju-kyung to her core and makes her realize the value of her own life. Determined to change her path, Ju-kyung discovers a whole new world of makeup tutorials on the internet. Immersing herself in this art, she learns techniques and tricks to transform her appearance into that of a Korean beauty. With each passing day, her skills improve, and she quickly becomes a master of makeup, just in time for her transfer to a new school. Once labeled as ugly, the students at her new school now see her as a radiant goddess, and soon after transferring, Ju-kyung is one of the most popular girls at the school. Ju-kyung loves living in her newfound beauty and popularity, especially after being bullied her whole life, and she quickly befriends So-ah and So-jin. So-jin comes from a wealthy family who, behind the scenes, pressure and abuse her to get good grades. With new friends and a new face, Ju-kyung is on cloud 9, but the cost of this transformation is high. In exchange for her new life, she has to keep her true face hidden at all costs. Turns out that is easier said than done, especially as her handsome classmate, Lee Soo-ho, is a regular at her neighborhood comic book store. Would he recognize her bare face? To her astonishment, Soo-ho does not recognize her when they crossed paths at school. But just as Ju-kyung thinks she has dodged a bullet, another familiar face resurfaces, Han So-jun, the motorbike riding bad boy guy from whom Ju-kyung accidentally stole a motorbike helmet. To make matters worse, Ju-kyung's secret does not last long. In fact, Soo-ho tells Ju-kyung that he has recognized her from the beginning. Desperate, Ju-kyung offers to be Soo-ho's errand girl if he promises to keep her secret. Meanwhile, haunted by memories of Jong Se-yeon's tragic passing, Jong Se-yeon being So-jun and Soo-ho's former friend and K-pop idol trainee who passed away, driving a wedge in the friendship. Soo-ho and So-jun's broken friendship comes to a head when So-jun starts a fistfight with Soo-ho in front of the whole school. Running errands for Soo-ho and trying to stay out of Soo-ho and So-jun's rivalry, Ju-kyung meets Go-woon, So-jun's younger sister, who is being bullied by the other students in her music club. Bringing back memories of her past suffering, Ju-kyung stands up for Go-woon and, with the power of makeup, gives Go-woon a makeover just before the club's highly anticipated performance during the school festival. By helping his sister, Ju-kyung also gets to see a different side to So-jun, who, outside of his motorbike riding persona, is actually a really caring older brother and son to his hospitalized mother. Meanwhile, Soo-ho finds himself haunted by the echoes of his tragic past, especially when his celebrity father, Lee Ju-hyun, makes an unexpected appearance at the school. We later learn that the reason Soo-ho hates his dad is that he got married really quickly after his mother passed away, and is the CEO of Move Entertainment, the company where Soo-ho, So-jun, and Se-yeon were trainees. At the same time, Ju-kyung finally recognizes Soo-ho as the boy who saved her from the top of the building when she was thinking of taking her own life. Things suddenly take a shocking turn when Ju-kyung is kidnapped by So-jun's thug bully former friends. Together, So-jun and Soo-ho join forces to rescue Ju-kyung, and a massive fight ensues to save Ju-kyung. In the aftermath, Ju-kyung and the rescue party find themselves facing the consequences at school. So-jin, in particular, is stressed as her perfect grades plummet after the exams. Meanwhile, when Soo-ho gets annoyed at a popular baseball player who shows an interest in Ju-kyung, he realizes his own feelings for Ju-kyung. All the students of Sabam High School are excited as they leave for the annual school trip. But, as the students drive to the campsite and get settled, Ju-kyung is determined to maintain a distance from Soo-ho after realizing how much she likes him. Meanwhile, Soo-ho is busy mustering up the courage to confess his true feelings to Ju-kyung. But, as fate would have it, all Soo-ho's chances at confessing seem to slip away, leaving him disappointed and frustrated. Especially as So-jun, who has also realized his feelings for Ju-kyung, takes every opportunity to get closer to her. Finally, after Soo-ho confesses his feelings for Ju-kyung, they kiss and Ju-kyung is overjoyed. But, in an unexpected turn of events, Ju-kyung accidentally reveals her bare face to So-jin and she begs So-jin to keep her secret. Later, Ju-kyung also asks Soo-ho if they could keep their relationship undercover because she is worried about the backlash from his fans. Once back in Seoul, in an attempt to explore new opportunities, Ju-kyung and So-jun try part-time modeling together. Meanwhile, Ju Kyung and Suho's secret relationship is making things awkward, especially when Sojin tells Ju Kyung that she likes Suho, who is also her childhood best friend. At the same time, the rivalry between Suho and Sojun intensifies when they both find themselves invited to Ju Kyung's house. There is even a dumpling-making competition. Amid everything, Hee Kyung, Ju Kyung's older sister, discovers something upsetting at Move Entertainment where she works. Specifically, she finds out that the company used a song created by the late Saeyeon as the debut single for a new artist without asking permission. Just as the tension between Suho and Sojun reaches its peak, when Suho learns about the fake news scandals created by Move Entertainment that led to Saeyeon's passing, Suho rushes into the street, followed by Sojun. They are both hit in a car crash. While the boys are in the hospital, Ju Kyung opens up about her secret relationship to Sojin, which causes her to angrily cut ties with Ju Kyung and puts Ju Kyung's secret in danger. In a dramatic turn of events, Suho's dad steps down from his position at Move Entertainment after revealing the truth about Saeyeon's death in the plagiarized song. Also, after bonding in the hospital, Suho and Sojun, having reconciled their differences, visit Saeyeon's grave together, healing their shared grief. Back at school, Ju Kyung finds herself repeatedly bumping into Hae Min, a former classmate from her last school who has transferred to escape bullies. But Ju Kyung barely even has time to deal with Hae Min and the ghosts of her past, as after unexpectedly ranking first in an online beauty contest that she never intended to participate in, she becomes the school's promotional model. Ju Kyung, for the first time, begins to wonder how far she can go to maintain her image. When a video of Ju Kyung's bare face is revealed on social media, Ju Kyung's whole world comes crashing down as she finds herself, once again, a social outcast. Overwhelmed by the situation, Ju Kyung runs away from school, leaving Suho to search for her and Sojun to set out on a mission to find who released the video anonymously to the school forum. Sojun heads to Yongpa High School and confronts Saemi over what happened with Ju Kyung. She states that it wasn't her that spread the video and hints that it is someone from their class. As it turns out, the real culprit is Sojin. Sojun figures it out and marches back to school, dragging Sojin outside and calls her out for what she had done. Sojun demands Sojin to delete the video. However, she refuses to, prompting Sojun to tell her she's only destroyed herself, not Ju Kyung, by doing this. Unlike at her last school, the bullying behavior of Class 2-5 towards Ju Kyung doesn't go unnoticed and the kids are reprimanded. It is at this time that, after Ju Kyung bursts out and her mom sees everything that is happening at the school, finally, Ju Kyung's mother begins to understand the true reason behind her daughter's obsession with makeup, realizing the pain and pressure she has been facing. With the support of her family, Ju Kyung makes a bold decision to attend school without makeup, embracing her natural, bare face. Bravely, she also reveals her relationship with Suho to everyone, despite knowing that she is going to be criticized a million times more now that everyone has seen her bare face. This revelation especially surprises Soa, who feels betrayed for not being let in on the truth earlier, but luckily Ju Kyung is able to make up with her. In the background, Suho confronts Sojin, trying to convince her to apologize to Ju Kyung. Being her childhood friend, Suho sees that something deeper than jealousy must have driven Sojin to release the video, but before she apologizes, Suho is suddenly pulled to the States after his father has health problems. Eventually, Suho, feeling responsible for their long-distance relationship, breaks Ju Kyung's heart by breaking up with her. 2 years pass and Ju Kyung and the rest of the gang graduate from Sabum High School. Eventually, still in love with Ju Kyung, who is now working as a makeup assistant, Sojun, who is on the verge of making his debut as an idol singer, confesses his feelings for her and they even go on a date. But ultimately, when Suho returns, fate brings the two together at Namsun Tower under the magical first snow. As Suho and Ju Kyung reconnect, Sojun realizes that he needs to put his unrequited love behind him, finally coming to accept the reality that he must move on from his first love. Meanwhile, Sojin, having broken free from her parents' abusive clutches, experiences a deep transformation within herself. Feeling bad for how she treated Ju Kyung in high school, Sojin finds Ju Kyung and sincerely apologizes, which Ju Kyung, of course, accepts. Also, in a heartfelt gesture, Suho unveils the long-awaited final version of Saeyeon's song, a beautiful tribute to their departed friend. As the notes resonate, together they decide that Sojun should bring the song to life as his idol debut track to honor their late friend and their former shared dream. As the story draws to a close, all the characters have undergone significant personal growth. Ju Kyung, once consumed by her appearance, discovers her true worth and learns that true friends value her for who she is, not how she looks. Sojun and Suho, once blinded by deep misunderstandings, have healed each other and have built bright lives as best friends. So Jin emerges from the shadows of her parents' abuse, blossoming into a mature adult who refuses to be defined by her past. What a stunning ending.